EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Counter play with Jacobs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Carr now on first down. And he'll look downfield for Waller. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
It's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Roethlisberger back into his end zone. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger quickly to the flat. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 16 yards, a first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
The first carry now for Benny Snell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 2nd and 13, Roethlisberger will get this one to McFarland out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Pittsburgh.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now a run with McFarland. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Steelers.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
First down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Running with McFarland. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 8-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. It's Snell. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, here's McFarland. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
The ball carrier.
An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Raiders nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-0, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for James Conner. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a give here to Snell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
And it's third down.
Third down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
The Raiders.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Gain of a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's
looking for Aguilar. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Allen. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
1st and 10.
That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now here's Snell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right, and that'll be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs, but Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there, Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st down, McFarland. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
The Steeler ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down.
At the 39-yard
Brandon,
line.
I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Bud Dupree just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now first down there, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Roethlisberger will throw. And the pressure gets to him again. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Full, that got in there to bring him down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.